So Justin, yeah, another FA Cup interview for you to do. I mean, I'm sure you don't get tired of doing these, do you?
No, it's been a remarkable run, 4 years on the trot. You know, after a number of years without any success in the FA Cup, and yeah, it's great for the club, and we're all enjoying it, and hopefully we can be having another one as well.
I was just going to say, as someone who's been in the dugout for the last 2 seasons, do you think the recent success helps this season to beat like Northampton and?
I think that, you know, those kind of games, they come round, and if you look every round, there's 1 or 2 shocks. You know, when we were at Colchester, obviously that was a great occasion because we actually won the game, similar to Northampton a few years back. Came close, Tranmere, Notts County, agonising, you know, and we put on good performances. I think what I've learned through the process is we've created an environment where whoever the players are, they're actually going to put on a performance and give it a real good go. And hopefully, certainly on the TV games, we've been a credit to everybody at the football club. So that's the aim.
I was just going to ask you about the broadcast games. Actually, it's the 4th time that City have been broadcast in the last 4 seasons. I mean, as a director, I'm sure you're delighted to see that money coming in.
Yeah, of course, the finances. You know, it's a bonus. You don't budget for it. You don't plan for it. I think historically we've spoken a lot about the club and where we are financially, and we're improving gradually, but it's a long-term aim. A commitment to keep a strong team in the league. We do also want to be challenging on that front. So, you know, it's not life-changing money, but it certainly helps, and it helps us get towards where we want to, and we're building a football club here.
I just wanted to ask you behind the scenes, actually. Obviously, it's the first year that the Velocity Football programme's been going on here. I mean, how, as a director of Velocity Football, I mean, how happy have you been with how it started the first term?
Yeah, delighted. You know, we've run a programme here now for nearly 20 years, and there's been some good players come through it. So you know, this year we've revamped it. It's rebranded. We've got some energy in there. We've got a fantastic girls programme, some brilliant staff, and there's a buzz around the place. What we want to see now is we're bringing in sports scientists, analysis, all sorts of things, and so there's a hub of education, a hub of football, but what we want to start to do is really invest in those young players and start getting them in through the under-18s, 23s into the first team, which we have done previously. So there's some recruitment to be done, but you know, it's going really, really well, and a great setting for a football programme.
And still managed to go well even throughout the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah. Well, being in the education hub, the guys have managed to stay in and train. So we've been running sessions on a daily basis, but they're hungry for some fixtures now. So we'll be good next week when that can happen.
So I understand that you're back into coaching now with the club's under-7 side.
Well, if you could call it that, yeah. Coaching is the loosest sense of the word. Having some fun and enjoying it, and I have been helping out while we source a coach, and they've kept me on my toes and been brilliant actually, and yeah, very enjoyable. But like I said earlier, we're trying to build a football club that's starting right at the grassroots, right at the young ages, all the way through. We're looking at building our fan base over a long term by investing in new teams, infrastructure. We've got aspirations in the next 2 years to have 1,000 playing members at the club. You know, currently we're at about 650, so there's some substantial growth to go. But with that comes 1,000 sets of parents, grandparents, and so on. And if we can entice them into being Oxford City supporters and at the heart of it, it's going to help with our attendances as well.
That links in quite nicely to my last question, actually. And in today's news, where we've been announced that fans can come back to the football from next week, how happy are you that you can welcome fans back into the ground?
Absolutely huge for all clubs. It's not just the you know, the fact that you've got your fans in to support the team, but there's obviously opportunities to generate revenue as well. But more so, in everybody's well-being and the feel of a proper game of football as well. you know, I'm sure you guys that have been part of the media team have witnessed, there's been some great games being played, but it feels very, very strange, and it's not the same. You know, we've grown used to being in front of people, you know, and even the bad performances and having to answer to people in the bar and all that kind of stuff. You know, we miss all of that, and we've obviously got to do it well in a safe manner, but we're really looking forward to the return. I think it's going to be phased. We've had some whisper coming out of the National League that it won't be 1,000 people straight away or anything, but it'll be built up gradually, and we've just got to make sure it's safe and a good environment.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
All right, cheers.